because they're swifter without clothes. Well, our swimmers do that to some extent. You know, of course, they don't have these bodysuits that they wear, but you know, the less clothes you wear, the quicker you can go. Once I fell off the back of my horse right in the middle of a bed of prickly pears. What do you think of these memories? These are nice, aren't they? Nice memories of youth. So it makes you sympathetic to this person. Now, I get it. I don't mean to be too cruel, but, you know, I may ask you a question about this on an exam. Is this person bitter? He's not bitter. He's seen a lot of bad things, but it's not like reading some of the other things we just finished with. You say, well, you know, why shouldn't he be? I just think he's a more cheerful person, that's all. He's just a more cheerful person. And, you know, everyone goes through bad times, and some worse than others, yes.
Do you think it has something to do with his religion?
I think it has something to do with his religion, too. Culture. I don't have the answer, but you feel that this person is, I mean, he's not saying nice things, is he? And he's not telling you that, oh, Wasichus are good or anything, but you get the feeling that this person is an attractive person, don't you? Am I wrong? You feel affection for him. Even though he's criticizing us and you and me or whoever and being honest about it, but there's something that is endearing about him. Okay, well, I don't want to endear myself to you. I just want you to take note of my complaints. Okay, if that's what approach you want to use, fair enough. But Black Elk, I think, is someone that you actually end up, if not loving, feeling a great deal of affection. And yet he's telling you stories about things that happen that are pretty tough. Anyway, these are, again, it may be Neihard again, but I don't think it's just Neihard. So we were always naked when, just as the warriors when they go into battle. And once I fell off right in the prickly pear. And when I was still too young to live to play war one summer, I can remember watching the other boys, and I thought when we all grew up and big enough, maybe we would kill all the Wasichus and drive them in our country, out of our country. I guess that's how the people in Iraq are feeling about that. It was in the moon when the cherries turned black, and that all the people were talking about a battle, and it was the warriors with many wounded, and it was the attacking of the wagons, and people were mourning the dead, and then Fire Thunder speaks. He has a footnote here that this is the Battle of Fort Phil Kearny, called the Wagon Box Fight, 1867. And then Standing Bear speaks. I'm 4 years older than Black Elk. And then Black Elk speaks, tells about, he was 4 years old. By the way, he mentions at one point that he's 15 years younger than Crazy Horse. So, Crazy Horse is, if he's 4, and Crazy Horse is 19 at this point. I was 4 years old, and the next summer, it was the summer when the ponies shed, and the word came that the Wasichus, from the Wasichus there was going to be peace. And you see, they made a treaty with Red Cloud, that was the great chief, and he went to Washington and everything. So people were happy about this. And then it was also the summer I first heard voices. What are these voices he first hears? Spirit voices. He's going to be a medicine man, a spiritual leader of his people. How old is he? 4, I guess it's 18. When was he born? Yeah. So pretty much right after the Civil War. And he starts hearing voices when he's, I guess it's 5 maybe he is at this point. And I know, because I was playing with bows and arrows and I rode a horse. He's 5 years old, he's out riding with bows and arrows. And I heard someone. It was like somebody calling me. And I thought it was my mother, but there was nobody there. And this happening more than once, and it always made me afraid, so I ran over. Do you guys hear voices? You ever heard voices when you're young or anything? Things calling you? I think a lot of us hear voices, some kind of voices in ourselves that we don't like to admit that are there, but we hear them. I remember, I hate to tell you personal stories, but just to bore you with one last one. I was one of the first people chosen to go into the Peace Corps when it was first started by Kennedy back in I don't know when that was, and when was Kennedy elected president, 60? Something like that, and they sent me out for training. It was the first Peace Corps program thing, and chosen, and I sent us all